Okay, I have no idea. Oh, hey, it has sound. Okay, good. My last video that I tried to record didn't have sound. Kind of pissed me off. And I have a text message all the way on the floor. What the hell did that say? Oh! Excuse me. I had to get my little cell phone gadget jigger here. So hello to the world of YouTube. This is a video I'm making for my best friend Cassie. I know I made two previous videos that are kind of like this one. One for my friend Nicole, who I'm actually not friends with anymore, and one for my friend Rihanna, who I'm not as close to anymore. But this is from my friend Cassie Ferris. I met her sometime last year. Maybe, I don't know, like June-ish or something. I don't know. It was really far away though. A really long time, I mean. And her and I became best friends sometime in August. We were actually discussing this yesterday. And we came up with a set date of August 18th, 2011. Which means that we've been best friends for almost 7 months, or it will be 7 months in like a couple days. But as I'm recording this, it's actually 5:49 p.m. So it's an hour earlier where she lives. So it's actually 4:49 p.m. there, but you know, whatever. So this is for you, Cassie. Ever since I moved, actually, Arizona's been a lot easier than California. Their curriculum, especially, has been much easier than I would ever have suspected it to be. Seeing as how I'm actually graduating early here, whereas in California I was probably in danger of failing freshman year and probably sophomore year too. But I found that a lot of the people here are a lot more genuine and they have better personalities than most of the people in California. But none of the people that I know are ever going to ever amount to you. You are my best friend above all other best friends. You have the power to motivate me when I'm kind of feeling really down. Sometimes I'll be so down that I just want to cry or do something stupid, and I'll just think of you, and all of a sudden I'm just not, like, I don't feel that same lingering sadness anymore. I feel more of a hopefulness, and I really enjoy that feeling. You're one of the few people that actually I think has been able to bring that out in me, which is so cool. And I must say, first of all, I absolutely am so jealous of how pretty you are, and I like greatly admire you. You're probably one of the few people that I truly admire, except for obviously my cousin Dalton. Him and I are close, as you know, but lately it's been a little awkward, but that's just not the point of this video. The point of this video is to just talk to you about how great of a friend you've been, how much you motivate me, how amazing of a person you are, and hopefully by the end of this video you have a good smile on your face. If not during the video, because excuse me, I'm probably going to be yawning a lot because I'm not breathing properly from the way that I'm sitting, so let me just fix that. There we go. And if I'm not yawning a lot, then I'll probably be drinking from my lovely little bottle of blood here. Just kidding, it's not blood, it's some really yummy juice. But anyway, this is a video for you, basically because you are my best friend, and just to kind of explain to you, in simple words, hopefully, how nice and how, I think, amazing you truly are. You're such a caring and sensitive person. It's kind of a relief to me, like a breath of fresh air, considering the friends that I've had in the past and how they've all been so self-centered and so focused mainly on themselves. But I have enjoyed the opportunity to get to know you more as a person and to get to know how you are when you're not meeting someone brand new for the first time. I feel like I can truly be myself around you, which is so cool because that's never really happened before. I've never really had a friend that I could feel completely and utterly myself with, but of course, in this case, you know, I have you, and that's kind of it makes up for all the bad things. Like, you're kind of like a meal at a restaurant that makes up for all the bad meals that I've ever had, which I think is so cool. But besides you being amazing and sensitive and caring and funny and pretty and all that stuff, you're amazingly intelligent. And I'm so jealous of the fact that you have such a good um, focus, I'd say, in school. You're really good at focusing on what you want to do. Excuse me. You're really good at focusing on what you want to do and how to better yourself as a person. There we go. I probably shouldn't yawn as much. And I'm really jealous of that. I'm jealous of how intelligent you are and how much you really have going for you. I actually do have a lot going for me. Graduating early, hopefully getting a book published, getting a job. That's all going for me at this point in time. But I'd say that none of that, is as important to me now because it's more or less overshadowed by the fact that a lot of my friends have had more success than I have at basically living. And yeah, forgot what I was going to say. But you're probably the best friend I think I've ever had. I can trust you with anything and everything, and I know that you'll keep it all confidential and everything. I'm trying to crack my neck. It's not working. And I know that you'll keep it confidential. I know that you won't criticize me or be a hypocrite or anything. Oh, you see this little thing on top of my head? Right there? This thing that's like sticking up and looks retarded? Well, I was trying to put my hair in a side braid, and I cut off a piece of my hair. This is why I'm never going to become like a hairstylist or anything, because I'm probably going to make people look like retards, and I just don't want to do that. But even through the whole Jackson and Nicole like episode thing, I have had you there to be, like a friend, a good supportive friend, and I think everyone should have a friend like you in their lives. I mean, I know that for some people it's impossible to find people like you. It takes like a lifetime. But in other cases, you just have to be patient and wait until the right person walks into your life, just like in this case. Oh, sorry. I'm not like bored. I don't even know, tired, I guess. But for some people, it takes a lifetime to come across a friend like you. But for me, all I had to do was kind of wade through the bad ones, kind of pick out the weeds of the garden, and then voila, there was a pretty flower. And I wish I could draw a flower, but I can't. So, imagination time. But yeah, even through the whole Jackson and Nicole episode too, I mean, I was expecting half my friends to not talk to me after all of that, but surprisingly, actually, most of them took my side. But then again, once a cheater, you kind of are always a cheater and you lose your friends, but that's pointless. I remember the very first sleepover I ever had at your house, and that talk that we were having, I think it was actually right after a teen night, and that talk that we had about, well, I'm pretty sure you can use your imagination for that too, in case the wrong person sees this video. And I remember those jokes that we were making, and they're still funny to me today because it's kind of like it's a good memory for me. It's kind of one of those things from California that I actually want to hold on to. And I remember the late night talks that we had, even when I wasn't sleeping over at your house, like I was just texting you or something. And I think it's pretty cool how they were that significant and important to me that I actually remember them still, almost like they were yesterday. But the first sleepover that we ever had together, that was probably the best sleepover ever. Like the one I went over to your house for, not Hannah's New Year's Eve party thing. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I enjoyed meeting your family. I really enjoyed meeting your dog. And I enjoyed just being able to spend time with you and being able to truly, talk to someone one-on-one without worrying about them judging me or without worrying about them ignoring me in favor of their own problems, as you probably know who I'm talking about. Yeah. But anyway, and by the way, I really, 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 really enjoyed meeting your niece. That was like the best thing like ever. She is so, so, so cute. And I thought she was just like the cutest thing ever to walk this earth. That's why I was taking pictures. Like, she's ridiculously adorable. You're lucky to have a niece like that in your family. Me, I don't really have a niece to speak of. Yeah, it's kind of sad. But anyway, I have a cut on my knee. Looks like the fucking Empire State Building. Should pray. Anyway, but yeah. Being your friend, kind of makes me feel. It makes me feel like for once in my life I can actually be good enough. You know, not just like. Okay, not just like where I'm saying like good enough as in, like I feel good enough to be your friend, but as a person, I mean, I feel good enough to, you know, find a boyfriend, to make new friends, to go to a new school. I feel good enough as a person to really be who I want to be, and I feel like I can be good at being myself. And that's kind of one of those things where it doesn't really, excuse me, happen for me very often. I mean, it did for a while when I didn't know you, but it was false hope, I guess you could say. So, but you're kind of, you've helped me feel good about myself. You've helped me feel like I can be good enough to succeed, to live, to survive, to do all that good stuff. And you've helped me feel pretty too. I used to, like I said before, I was like so jealous of how pretty that you are and everything. But then, you know, starting to kind of, whoa, did you see that in my eyes? I was like, whoa. But starting to, what's the word for it? I guess as I became more or less of your friend, or more or less of a closer to you, I started to feel better about myself. Like the more time that we spent talking to each other, I kind of realized that you have the same insecurities as I do, and it kind of helped me feel like, you know, I'm not alone in this. And I even posted up some stickies in my bathroom, where I wrote my name, and then I wrote "is beautiful," and I put it on my bathroom mirror, and I see it every morning when I go in the bathroom. And it helps me feel really good about myself. And I think just being your friend kind of gives me a little bit of a kick, a little bit of a motivation to be a better person and to see the true good in myself. Um, but I'd say the biggest thing that you've ever done for me as a person is you literally, I'm not saying this figuratively, as in, oh my god, but literally, you literally saved my life. Last December, not last, but last December, what was it last December? No, December of 2010, when I had that whole situation going on with Mark and how he wasn't treating me right, and I wasn't noticing it because I was so caught up in the fact that I really, really liked him. Well, during that time, I was having those suicidal thoughts, you know, I was thinking to myself, I'd be better off dead, I shouldn't be here, people would be better off without me, I'm not really worth it, you know. But now I've kind of realized that I, I'm not always, I'm not as bad as I thought I was, you know. Like, I thought I was just, I just really didn't think that I was worth it, you know. I thought I was, like, I was just like, I'm better off, you know, well, dead. And I thought that I was better off leaving these huge scratches and shit all over my arm and, like, just not caring what other people thought of me. And I just thought, you know what, I just want to be dead. I want to get this pain over with. I'm tired of dealing with it all the time. And then I started to become closer to you, and then I was able to smile. I felt better about myself. I felt like I could finally breathe. I felt like I wasn't as insecure about myself anymore. I mean, of course, I still have insecurities, but I mean, once I got to know you as a person, I kind of realized that I wasn't as lifeless and as just, I guess transient is the right word, I'm not sure, as I thought I was. I thought I was just really replaceable, and you kind of helped me realize that everyone is unique, no one is just replaceable, and that kind of helped me pull myself through the whole situation. And last year I was actually, during the summer, before I moved, I was actually kind of thinking to myself, you know, what if I started to become anorexic, and what if I started to do all of those things that I've seen other people doing? would it help me not feel as bad about my weight, because I was getting a lot of crap about, oh, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat. Like when I would wear shorts, like I'm wearing shorts right now, and people would say, oh, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat, you shouldn't wear shorts, and people would call me ugly and fat, and I was thinking, well, they wouldn't call me fat, you know, if I starved myself, or if I just threw my food up, it wouldn't be as bad for me. I'd be losing weight, I wouldn't have to worry about what they think. But then we started to talk a little bit more, when I did some more research into it, and I realized how addicting it is, kind of like cutting. It's really addictive, and that kind of helped me realize that I shouldn't turn to things like that when I need help. I should more or less turn to my friends, or to that YouTube channel that you showed me a long time ago that I actually still have in my bookmarks on my Firefox thingamajigger. But yeah, you helped me with the anorexia, and you helped me with not killing myself, and you helped me with not cutting anymore, and you've helped me with a lot of stuff, like more than I think you could possibly realize. And I know it probably sounds really lame to say it, but you're kind of like my little guardian angel, you know? And I'm really, really thankful that I have a friend like you. Um, I think you're by far one of the best friends I could ever ask for, and I think you're just one of the sweetest people ever. And I'm so glad that I have you in my life. And I know this is probably a really lame video. I know it was a really long video at least. Um, but I just wanted to make something to show you my appreciation, and to let you know how I feel about you being my friend and all that good stuff. So thank you so much for everything that you've ever done for me, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And oh, one more thing before I go. Come here. It's okay, honeys. Today's her half birthday. She's 6 months old today. Aren't you? Aren't you? Yeah. She loves you. Mwah. So me and Callie, my lovely little kitty cat here, are gonna go take a nice little nappy poo, or probably just finish talking to you on Skype. And yeah, we shall see you later. So bye bye. Bye.